Everyone tells you that you can't lose fat and build muscle at the same time. You either have to choose between bulking or cutting, but I'm here to tell you that I have successfully accomplished both. And I did them without having to work out excessively or significantly cut my calories. And I was able to do both without starving myself, not overworking my body, and without doing crazy cardio. And without spending a bunch of hours in the gym. Now, you know that's love right there. So in today's video, I'm breaking down how I recomp my body and how you can too. I know some of you are probably wondering, what is body recomposition? Body recomposition is a fancy term of describing how you lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. The scale may not move, but your body will change. Like, you will look leaner, you would fit your clothes better, because muscle takes up less space than fat does. So you're going to feel the difference and you'll feel stronger. I have been on this health and fitness journey for a long time, okay? But the most significant portion of my journey was postpartum. That was where I saw the biggest shift and the biggest change in my body. When I was pregnant, I gained 65 pounds. And then postpartum, I lost 90 pounds. And now I'm in the process of, again, body recomping. Hey, baby, I thought that I was big in 2020. I thought that I was big in 2021. None of that compared to my postpartum body. That was a body that I was very unfamiliar with, and a body that I was not used to. Couldn't fit any of my clothes. Yeah, I had diastasis recti, so with the diastasis recti, my core was split. I had ab separation and my stomach bulged. So I thought that I was struggling in the past, and nothing compared to my weight gain postpartum. When I began to focus much more on my nutrition, walking, strength training, the body recomposition just became a happy accident. It just happened. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is nutrition. Yes, nutrition. I made high protein a priority. Now, when I say high protein, y'all know I don't count my macros, but what I do is I make sure that I'm eating a protein item with all of my meals. So per the internet, because again, y'all know I don't count my macros, you should eat between 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I did not cut out carbs. I did not cut out fat. I just aim for high quality, nutritious whole foods. I've done keto in the past. I've been vegan in the past. I've been vegetarian in the past. I've done all different types of diets, and what I feel works best, ooh, it's a bug, y'all, it's a bug. What I feel works best for me is eating whole foods and balanced meals. I don't count my calories. I say that in every single video. So what I do is I focus on just balanced meals and eating whole foods and eating a protein with all of my meals. But if you are someone who focuses on a caloric deficit, I would suggest to not eat a really significant high caloric deficit. Eat at either a maintenance calorie or maybe a slight deficit, like maybe 5 to 10% max. Don't go too high. Don't go too high on that caloric deficit, because your body is going to end up actually gaining weight. When it comes to bulking versus cutting, it's really about calories in versus calories out. That'll cause your body to either stay at a maintenance, to increase, or to decrease in body weight. Because I significantly cut out processed foods and I focus more on whole foods, you're automatically going to eat in a caloric deficit or at a maintenance, because processed foods they have way more calories in them than the unprocessed foods do. Like, you can't compare a bag of chips to a bag of broccoli. So with that being said, that's something that I particularly focus on, is just eating more whole foods. So by me eating in a slight caloric deficit or even possibly at a maintenance calorie, this is causing my body to lose fat while also being able to lean out and build muscle. And this is why protein is so important, because my protein intake helps my body to hold on to the muscle that I'm actually building while still being able to lean out. Like I told you guys before, that when your muscle mass is higher and when you eat, a significant amount of protein, that, and also strength training, that causes your body to burn more fat at rest. That's because of your basal metabolic rate. In other words, it's increasing your metabolism. I've said this before as well. Y'all know I don't do the processed fake proteins. I don't do the protein powders, the protein bars, the protein pancakes, protein. It's not that deep to me. It's not that deep to me to get 250 grams of protein a day, and I'm being dramatic, but I do focus on eating whole foods. So I'm going to get majority of my protein from nuts, different legumes, beans, meats. That's where I'm getting my protein from. That's what I mean by whole foods. I eat healthy fats, high quality meats, and carbs. Nutrition is key when it comes to body recomposition. I consume a bunch of vegetables. And the easiest way for me to increase my vegetable intake is by eating salads and by drinking smoothies. I'll make a smoothie a day. I'll eat a salad that's full, and then I also put like healthy fats in my salad. And then I also eat vegetables with my actual meals itself. If I eat eggs, I don't eat eggs all the time, but if I do consume eggs, I like to scramble my eggs with spinach in it. Like just doing little things, little small things is going to help increase your vegetable intake, because that's really what we need, vegetables and fruits. As y'all know, on the days that I go to the grocery store, I like to buy all of the ingredients for a salad, and I make one big salad for the week. Sometimes it be two. It depends on like if the family is eating off of it. But I made one big salad for the week. Like even last week, I had made that one big salad like I usually do. And then I had bought like a whole thing, like a big salmon. And I was making salmon salads. All I had to do was pan sear my salmon, and the salad was already made. I didn't have to do like a multi-step process. Like it was just make the salmon. Salad has already been prepped, honey. I wanted to spend the most time on nutrition because honestly, it's the most important. Nutrition is what's going to help you see the most progress in your body. Like you can move your body, but if you're eating 4,000 calories a day, you're not going to see a huge change, and especially over time. So I wanted to spend the most time on nutrition because for real, at this point in my journey, I have to mindfully eat. The thing I want to talk about is strength training. We all think that we have to strength train 6 days a week in order to see a significant difference in our bodies. And I'm here to tell you that I don't do all of that. I used to do all of that, but I don't have to do all of that in order for me to see a change in my body. And to be honest with you now, it depends on my schedule. More so recently, I've been strength training. I've been doing an upper body day and a lower body day. So just 2 days a week, but I'm still seeing the different cuts. And when I am going to the gym, I'm gonna make it count. So I focus on compound movements like squats. I focus on deadlifts, Bulgarian squat, split squat, bench press. I focus on workouts that are more, I'm kind of using like my whole body to lift. The goal at this point isn't even to burn calories. It's mainly to build muscle. So when I am strength training, I'm strength training for around 45 to 60 minutes, so around an hour, spending that time on both my upper body days and my lower body days. On a good week, when I have a little bit more time, I'll go to the gym 3 days a week. Now on the days that I go 3 days a week, I'll do a lower body day. So that consists of my quads, glutes, hamstrings, and calf muscles. And then I'll do another day where I'm doing back and biceps. And then I'll do another day where I am doing chest, triceps, and shoulders. So if I have a 3-day, that's even better because I can do more workouts that are focused for that particular muscle group. When it comes to time, if you don't have a whole lot of time, you better get you some dumbbells, a kettlebell, and just get some weights and work out at home. Because more so recently, that's what I've been doing. It's been a couple of days where I'm like, I don't have the time to go to the gym, but I have the time to go into my basement and work out. So your girl been working out in her basement just to get her strength training in. So I've been going in my basement, doing some strength training. I did an upper body day, I did a lower body day, and that's to make my life easier. I don't lift heavy weights, I lift medium weights. I like to do slow and control, which is using the method time under tension. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is rest and recovery, because yes, that is just as important as the other things that I've mentioned in this video. I stopped glorifying that hustle mentality when it comes to health and fitness and started to focus on recovery. Like yesterday, I had a whole plan to go to the gym and to do this and to go jogging. Nope, my body said no, we want to rest today. So guess what? I listened to my body and I rested. I just had a thought of how I used to feel on my rest days. I used to feel like if I wasn't being productive, if I wasn't working out at all, that my progress some way was either going to stop or it was going to go backwards, like I was going to lose the muscle that I was building. I had no clue how important recovery was at that time. And I almost had like guilt. Like I had a little bit of guilt when I wouldn't go to the gym. That's why I was working out 6 days a week, which is insane. Looking back on it, goodness, that was such a toxic behavior. But the more you know, the more you understand, the better you do. I had this little voice in the back of my head that would make me feel bad on my recovery days. I aim for around 7-8 hours of sleep at night. And if I feel like I almost ran from a bug, y'all. And if I feel like I need a nap, guess what? I'm gonna take a nap like I did yesterday. Recovery is where your body actually changes, not just you working out in the gym physically. You have to allow your muscles to heal after breaking them down, or you're never gonna build the muscle. Early on in my fitness journey, I glorified being sore for days and to always be sore. And at that time, I was strength training 6 days a week and not allowing my body to properly recover because I felt like I was supposed to always be sore. I didn't know any better, and I was not seeing a lot of growth in my muscles either. Now I give myself either active recovery days where I'm just going on walks, and also I give myself full recovery days where I'm not doing anything but stretching. I don't have to walk every day, but I do because I enjoy walking. And then nutrition is really important when it comes to not just gaining muscle, but also recovery and actually assisting your body in healing. I feel a huge part of me being able to lose fat and to gain muscle at the same time is because I focus on my nutrition and I'm mindful of what my body intake is. Cover my body well, I'm not breaking my body down in the gym, all while getting 10,000 steps a day. That is the formula. And then the 10,000 steps a day is very low impact, and I'm continuing to weight train, but I'm not over. I recently talked about this, about like at the beginning of my weight loss journey, I have like a significant gap in photos because I wasn't taking pictures, because I was too embarrassed to be on camera. But I'm here to tell y'all, take the photos. So the next part that I want to talk about is tracking your progress differently. The scale is nice to have, but it's not the only way to track your progress, especially if you're lifting weights and you're building muscle and losing fat at the same time, because muscle weighs more than fat. So you could potentially be smaller, but weigh more. Actually going to insert a photo of me. Things that I particularly track is how I feel. I'm tracking my energy level. I'm tracking how my clothes feel, how my clothes fit, because that's a big one. Like as your body starts to, when you start to go through body recomposition, like your waist and your abdomen and stuff is slimming out. So your clothes is going to fit differently. You're gonna see more booty in the jeans, honey. I would suggest taking weekly progress photos to see, whole body. That's really gonna tell you. Or you can even measure your waist, measure your thighs, measure your legs, your arms, to see how many inches you're losing. But don't just solely rely on the scale. I'm always in front of the camera now. So because I'm always in front of the camera, I don't have to take weekly photos because I have videos, but I would suggest to take weekly progress photos. Another good thing to track or to pay attention to is to be mindful of how strong you're getting, because you're going to get stronger throughout the process. So eventually 10 pounds is going to feel like 5 pounds. And then you're going to be moving to 15 pounds because you got stronger. But paying attention to how strong you're getting, because you're going to get stronger throughout this process. But I will say that measuring, taking progress photos, and seeing how your clothes fit is more accurate than just looking at the scale itself. And you could potentially weigh more, but actually be leaner and smaller. Honestly, the way my clothes fit, that tells me everything I need to know. If my booty filling out more, my legs filling out more, but the waist feels like I need to take the waist in, like I need to go to a seamstress or like a dry cleaner, and I need to get the waist taken in, that tells me everything I need to know. I'm gonna say this again, there was a part in my journey where I have no photos. So the photos that you guys are actually seeing is after I have already started losing the weight. Those are not the photos of me at my biggest, because I avoided the camera. Why? Because I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't comfortable in my clothes. I could barely fit any of my clothes, so I was stuck wearing the same thing over and over again. I didn't want to buy any clothes because I knew that I was on a weight loss journey postpartum. So there was no point in me investing into clothes because I wasn't gonna be in them that long. I just knew that. We still want to have one more baby, even though, everything that just recently happened. We still want to have one more baby, and the postpartum journey, I'm showing it all. I want y'all to see me in the trenches. Y'all gonna see me in the trenches. I want to be very vulnerable And I want to show everything. And the reason why I want to show everything is because when I was going through my stuff, I feel like it was a lot of things I was going through that women didn't talk about. And I'm going to be your go-to person because I'm gonna talk about it. Once upon a time in my journey, I used to think that more high intensity cardio equaled greater fat loss. I also thought that eating in a high caloric deficit was better. And I learned that I was wrong for both of them. And what I learned is that muscles need fuel in order to heal and to rebuild itself. So the walking, strength training, and proper recovery worked much better than me burning myself out. If you're just now starting your journey, be patient with your body. Like, it's doing a lot, it's doing hard work. Focus on getting stronger, eat enough protein, don't crash diet. You can lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. Be patient with your body. It takes time to build muscle. It is a process. But throughout that process, you're going to see the progress. Why? Because you're going to be taking photos that's letting you know, oh, I got a new cut there. I see my quads popping a little bit more. Oh, my hamstrings are sticking out. You just gonna see, oh, my booty a little bit bigger. You might not see that if you're not taking a photo. I told y'all that I've been upgrading my activewear, and I currently have on some leggings by Auga, and they were perfect for this walk and talk video because it's about 90 degrees out here. Again, it's been hot, and what I like about them is that these ones are black, but even my gray ones, they absorb all of the sweat. Okay, so you can actually see the sweat. You can find the website link in my bio, and you will also get 25% off if you use the code SCOTT25. Tell them Derrica sent you. If this video has helped you or inspired you, go ahead on and press that like button and subscribe for more realistic health and fitness content. I'm gonna see y'all again soon. Hey, 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 hey.